friends, it's Kathy Clement with Kathy by Design. Welcome to Make and Take Tuesday. Today we're going to make something beautiful with simple stories, the little things. I had bought this paper earlier this spring and had such a busy season with other stuff that I never got a chance to play with it. And I've been doing this kind of reorganization in my studio and sharing organization videos as I go along. And I ran across this paper and I was like, well, this is just a shame that I didn't use this. So this is what we're going to be working with today. It's a very springy, summery collection, but there are elements in it that I think transition well into fall. So that's what I'm going to focus on, like how to take this very summery collection and make it work for a fall project. But you can see this is the 6x8 pad. I love this green with the little daisies. I love this little honey jar with the bees. And when I woke up this morning, I had this design in my head for a pocket folio that I think is going to be fun to build. So there's the 6x8. I've got the journal bits, which I love, and I've got the little bits and pieces that have all these fun little shapes. I got the frames because I love to make shaker cards, and then the cardstock chipboard stickers were especially nice for this collection. And then I grabbed the 12x12 because I like to have the sticker sheet, and I also like having all the different sized elements. So let me put this aside and we will get started building our folio base. So what are we making? Well, how about this totally adorable 7x5 shaker box pocket folio. This is so sweet. As you can see, I've focused on more autumnal tones that are in the collection. Adding the black really brings it down. The reds and the golds make it feel more like autumn. I've used my Amazing Paper Grace eyelet frame, and I've backed the eyelet part with black strips of cardstock to kind of make it pop. To turn this eyelet frame into a shaker, all I did was back it with acetate or clear cardstock, and then I put my 3 rows of foam tape, and I actually put my shaker elements down on the plaid card layer right in the center, then centered my frame over the top of that and pressed down. So it's a really easy way to turn a die cut frame into a shaker frame. And then this little shaker box is so sweet with the little clustered flowers and things. So really cute, lined the back. And I'm trying something different this time in the tutorial. Rather than giving you all the measurements as I go, I'm going to caption them down in the description box below this video. So if you click on the show more, you'll find everything written out there. And I think it's going to make it simpler for both of us, for all of us. So that's a good thing. On the inside, we've got a wonderful little folio flip page. This is a fun gatefold design that shows you how to incorporate a pocket. So that's really a blast. And then another flip page here and a little mini waterfall, so you can add some photos in here. And then this is Annette Green's small doily from her Everyday Elements, Everything's Blooming. Then down here is the box pocket, which you will learn how to build. And I've made a sweet little tag in here. Ladybugs are a theme and bumblebees. One of my precious little vintage silver plate spoons, a cookie packet, a honey stick, and then this little mini folio with room to write a message, and then a pumpkin spice tea bag, which also helps us feel more like fall. So if you're ready to get started, I'll go ahead, put everything back in here, and we will roll the tutorial reel, and you'll see how to put this cute shaker folio box together. All right? So to start with, I have two 7 by 11 inch pieces of a 110-pound cream cardstock. And I've put 1/4 inch Scor-Tape along one of the 7-inch sides. And we've done this a million times together. We're just going to join these papers. And I use that inside line of the Scor-Tape to help me line this up just so that we end up nice and straight. All right. Now I'm going to bring in my scoring tool. And we're going to score this at 5. We're going to score it at 5 3/4. And then we're going to fold. And we're going to score it at 5 again. Whoops. That's where we join. It's always a little tricky. And then 5 3/4. Then you're going to fold again on that second 5 3/4 inch line, and you're going to score at 2 1/2. Bring in your paper trimmer and cut right along that 2 1/2 inch line. Okay. So now you can see we've got this box card base, and we just have to add the sides here, which I'll show you in a moment. Now take this off-cut piece and trim it at 5. And our width, let's take our width to 7 1/2. So once you've trimmed that to 7 1/2, cut 2 3 3/4, and I went 4 7/8, just barely below 5. And then I scored a 1/2 inch little flap on each side. And these are going to attach up here. So we have this really fun little gatefold happening up at the top of our pocket folio. So this is going to be super cute. I want to go ahead and do this box pocket from the offcut of that piece. I cut 2 by 2 1/2 inch pieces, and then I scored it a 1/2, and then I went over 3/4 inch and scored it 1 1/4. We're going to fold these to make little flaps. It doesn't matter that they're not the same front and back. Let me move this out of the way. So here's our box pocket down here. And I'm actually going to glue, and you can use Scor-Tape for this if you like. Either one works. So I'm going to place my adhesive here. Here's my pocket. I want to line this 1/2 inch score line up with the outside edge of my pocket so that it's perfectly square. Do you see that? And it's lined up. It's going to line up just like that when we put our glue on. And do the same thing on the other side. Okay, so now we can put our adhesive on this top flap. And we can come up here. And then I'm just going to come in with my bone folder and secure those. So now see, we have this really fun box pocket folio. Isn't that great? And to secure the flaps, same thing, you want to make sure you're not hanging out over the side, and just glue those down. And then when you line the top, see how fun that is? And I think I need to push this one down just a little bit more so that they're even. That's kind of important. There we go. There. All right, there we go, guys. There's our little fun box folio. Look how cute that is. I love that it's horizontal. That's a fun change of pace. The next thing you're going to do is line your box, and I'll put all these dimensions in the description box below, but I've lined the front and the flaps and the pocket. Here you want to go 8.5 inches by 3/4 of an inch, and then fold up around the corners of this box pocket to make it nice and sturdy. And I actually covered the back too so that everything looks really finished. So I'll give you all those up. It's too many dimensions. I'll write them all down in the description box below, and then you can just copy them off and you'll know what to do. All right, friends, you can see I've lined, put down my basic layers, front and back, this spine, and the sides of my pockets. And then on the inside, I lined inside here with this sort of fall-looking floral. And then I used a lot of black and white, and that's going to help it transition from summer into fall. So all the measurements for these different liners, basically I went 1/4 of an inch below what the measurement of the gold paper is, if that makes it easier. So inside here, here's our flaps all lined, ready to go. And then I went into my 12 by 12 paper, and I cut this 6 3/4 by 4 3/4 of the cameras. And this is going to go on the back. And then I also cut a 6 3/4 by 5 1/4 with the branding strip on it. And this is going to go just like this. So we're going to create a little mini waterfall here. And the next thing that I want to do is create a magnetic closure for our flaps. So I cut out this 4 by 3, matted it on a slightly larger of the gold and the black. I put my magnet right here in between the layers. So I'm going to take my companion magnet, all right, that's going to stick right there. I've got this little half doily. This is from Annette's Everyday Elements. This is one of the small doilies. They're so sweet. I'm going to line this up, just a half one, like this. And I'm going to put this in the center of this page. I'm going to remove the adhesive. bring that flap over, press that into place. So now that's set. And now I can glue in my liners for either side. So now we've got these two front flaps, and I only have a magnet here, but you'll see we're going to fix that. I cut a 6 3/4 by 4 3/4 of black, and then cut a 6.5 by 4.5 of the red dot. And we're going to, and then I backed this with some scraps of this floral, cut from this floral on the left-hand side. And we're only going to put our adhesive here, here, and here. And I did just a thin bead. And then this glues down on the left-hand flap. All right, so now this will open like this. Isn't that nice? And we want to put like a journaling card here, and we're going to do a magnet set up here. So I'm going to take, once again, I'm going to take my magnet. I'm going to put it behind the bottom part of my typewriter. Because we're not going to write on that part. And then I'm going to glue this down. Here, sort of at an angle. Then I'm going to take my companion magnet, close this. So our magnet is set where it needs to be. And now I can put down my designer paper on this side, which I'll probably do another panel of this. So here's the cool thing. Now we have a little pocket that we can stick a little tag into. Isn't that fun? So that's the basic mechanisms for there, and that closes this. And I don't think I have any other mechanisms or anything to show you. Now you can just go ahead and decorate it. I'm going to go ahead and decorate mine, and then we'll see what we end up with. Did you enjoy that, friends? It's a really sweet design, and you can adapt it for any theme, paper color. This would be super cute done up with Christmas or Thanksgiving. I'm going to post detail photos following this section of the tutorial, and as I said, measurements will be in the description box. There will also be a link to my blog so you can easily find the shopping list. So if you want to use these same supplies, you can find them quickly and easily. They'll be linked there for you. So that's it for me, Kathy Clement, a little late. I hope y'all had a great Labor Day. I really enjoyed taking some time off. I needed to. I was tired. I'll be back on Thursday with a Throwback Thursday project. And until then, go get your craft on. Bye.